Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry about the chickens in the background, and then there's also ducks over there, so if you hear them, I'm sorry. I can't control them. But they're probably going to be really annoying. So, today's video is going to be, I'm going to share you my barn plans, and if you haven't seen my update video, you should go see that. I'll have it linked in the description. And, we don't have a barn. Actually, I'm sitting on where we're supposed to be building the barn right now. But we don't have a barn yet, and we're going to be building one, and I kind of made some like blueprints or whatever, like a plan for it, and I'm just going to like show you my plan and kind of explain. Sorry, the chicken stopped. But I'm going to kind of explain like my plan to you guys so that you guys can have a visual, and then once it's all done, then I'll actually give you like a barn tour and whatever. Those chickens, I swear. Okay, so let's get right into the video. So it is windy today, so my papers might be flying everywhere, but I drew out what I want my barn to look like. So my dad hasn't really planned out what he's going to do. He's just kind of winging it, and I know it's not a very good strategy, but that's the strategy that he's using. So I decided to take it into my own hands and write out some like blueprints or whatever, what I kind of want it to look like. So I have a outside view to where you could see it from the front, and then I have also an inside view looking at the stalls and whatever. So I'll go ahead and show you these. So this is the picture that I drew. I have a pen, and I'm kind of in the sun, so there's gonna be a shadow. But this is the view this is the front view from the outside, and it's going to be a 4-stall. So there's going to be 2 stalls here, 2 stalls here, then an alleyway, and then a hayloft. Sorry for my bad picture and drawing skills. Like, don't care. It's a rough sketch. So the backwoods is that area right there. Oh no, my papers! I come back. Stay. So these are the backwoods. And then this is going to be where the barn is. And so and then the front view would be looking at it from that way and looking at it there. So the alleyway is going to be about 13 feet wide, and then each stall is going to be a 14 by 14. I know that they only need to really be a 12 by 12, but we decided to make it a little bigger. And I'm dropping everything. So each stall is going to be a 14 by 14, so there's going to be 4 stalls. As of right now, I'm not sure if we're going to change that anytime soon, but it's going to be a 14 by 14. And then, since there's going to be a hayloft, this is going to be about 10 feet right here. But right here, it's going to be 10 feet, and then by the back of the stall, it's going to be 8 feet. So it's going to be a pretty drastic slope, but I think it'll be fine. And then, what else is there? At the back, I'd like a gate that would go into the back wooded area, so that eventually that'll be a pasture. And then looking at it from an inside point of view, this is what each of the stalls is probably going to look like. Obviously, it's not very detailed because I can't draw, but once again, 14 by 14, and then up here is going to be 10 foot, back here is going to be 8 foot, and then there's going to be a gate. It's going to be 1 gate for each one, and I haven't exactly gone any further than that because I don't think that there's much else I can do for the planning, but I'm really excited for this barn. I don't know if we're going to make it a 6-stall or a 4-stall. From what I've heard, it's easier to do a square barn than a rectangular barn. So a 6-stall would probably be easier actually, but it just takes more materials. So I'm actually going to walk you through my barn plans actually on the ground now, so that you can see all this kind of come to life. Okay, so that's where I currently am now. This is my tack room, and then that's the like stall area, you could say. It's like it's not closed in. It just keeps them from the front yard. There's a board, but you can't see it because he's blocking it. There's a board keeps them from the front yard, And then we were going to make a board keeping them from the backyard so we can make it like a stall, but then we didn't. So if we look at it this way, this is where our barn will be. You can already see the 2 poles right here. But if you walk where this big log is, that'll be the aisleway. That cinder block, that pole is the aisle. It looks small, but we've already brought Smith in here to make sure that everything will work out. And then that cinder block right back here is the end of the barn. So this will be the end. From that tree pretty much to that cinder block right over there. And then there's the back gate. It doesn't line up, which is kind of annoying, but I'll work that out. But then this would be looking at it from the back. So there's going to be 2 stalls here, 2 stalls here. So back to the front of the barn. The very first stall is going to be this one. It has the first 2 poles on it already. This is going to be my tack and feed room more than likely. So we have a big log. That's where I was filming, but then I decided to get up and walk around. So this is going to be my tack room area. So it's going to go back all the way to that cinder block and that cinder block. Gotta find it. And then that'll be the back wall. We do have to do some tree trimming because these are kind of in the way. But that'll be the back of the barn. And there'll be a wall right here. And we'll walk out of the tack room and feed room. And right across the alleyway will be Smith's stall. And then there's where the pole is going to go. And then right here, there's a little patch of grass that's dead. Because I had to move the cinder blocks because I was riding, so I didn't want them to hit anything. And then the back wall will be about like right here. So from about there to here. And then go over to about here. And then this will be Smith's stall. So all nice and big and spacious for him. And then this will go up to about here. So that'll be his stall. And then right across the next stall over will probably be my other horse's stall I don't have. So my second horse that I will eventually be getting will be in this stall. And then there's this little red brick that's kind of covered up. But that to, I don't know where my bricks went, to somewhere over in there will be stall number 2. And then this other stall right across from my tack room, I don't know what it's going to be. It could be like extra storage or like, I don't know. But these bricks are still here, so from there to there to there to there, this will be all one stall. And if I do end up getting another horse, and of course I have room for it, or if we end up getting like a pig or a cow or something that we probably won't, but I can dream. But there will be this area that I have space to grow. So that's the bottom area of the barn. But up top there's going to be a hayloft. So that's why these poles are really long, because there's going to be a hayloft up there. And I can't wait for this to be done. And then I want to have a gate that goes on the back wall to where I can let them out, and eventually all this back here will be cleared out to where it's a pasture. So all this and all that, it goes about 2 or 3 acres back. So there's a lake over there, and then there's a bike trail, like a public bike trail that's just beyond those trees over there. And it goes really, really, really far back. So just need to clear this all out. And it's good grass. And the only thing that's bad is we can't clear it out because it's so wet, but it's not going to dry out until the trees are gone. So, and And then I've started kind of cleaning up the fence line and whatever. I did it for one day and then I kind of just like stopped because it was a lot. But this is what I want the entire fence line to look like, except for I would really like those trees out, but I can't work a chainsaw. So eventually this whole fence line from there all the way back will be clean. And yeah, that's where the barn's gonna be, back pasture. But as of now, he's over there. He has his fan, he has his food, and then he just comes out here when he wants. I do allow him to go back there because if there's grass back there, I want him to eat it. But this is my future barn layout. So that was my little walkthrough. I didn't do a very good job because it's just like, I don't know how else I can like show you what I really want, because I think I've mentioned her before, but my trainer slash friend slash advice person, Miss Sharon, she has a barn that's very similar like this, except it's a 6 stall, and that's what I wanted, but we don't have a whole lot of space for that, which is understandable because it's obviously a different area and we don't want to run into that back fence. But my parents also talked about, oh, we'll just build the first 4 stalls and then if we need to, we can add on. But I don't know how that's going to work, but I don't know. Future videos or whatever. So we're going to have a hayloft, 4 stalls, and then an alleyway. It's going to be like 13 feet. I wanted it to be more like 20 feet, but like we don't have the space for that. So it's all about the space that we're working with. And then before we can start like actually like building it, we have to bring in a big truckload of dirt. And it's going to be a dirt floor, and because concrete's kind of expensive. So, and also I don't want to have to buy mats to put on the concrete, because then with concrete comes a lot more stuff, which is like mats, and you have to do drains and all that stuff. So you're gonna do dirt floors, and then like the logs that we're not gonna use, like the big telephone poles, like there. The big telephone poles that we are not gonna use, like the ones that are rotten or whatever, I'll cut up and I'll put them, since it's gonna be dirt, and if it rains or water gets in it, in the stalls, the dirt will wash away. So I'll line the bottoms of every stall with logs. So like from that pole to that cinder block, there will be a pole. And then from that cinder block, right there, yeah, that cinder block to the yellow cinder block right there, there will be a log, and then from the yellow one to the pole, to this pole, there'll be one. I think I'm going to leave this open though, in between the 2 poles, because there's going to be a gate here. And then we're going to do the same thing for all the stalls. And I think we have enough telephone poles for it, because we have quite a few rotten ones. And while I was back there showing you the back pasture, there's one back there. And then a whole bunch right here. So a whole lot here. So we have plenty to do it all with. Plans. So, and also a plan that I want to have, a plan that I have is to get a round pen and put it somewhere back here. I think I'm going to put it somewhere back here. It'd be better if this was all cleared out and whatever. But the only thing I don't like is that right here, I've ridden back here right before. It's very, very bad ground. It's very uneven. I don't know if you can see. But like, this side's higher, this side's over here is higher, and then it dips down, and then it goes up over there and whatever. And there's a bunch of potholes, and very small area. It might look big, but it's kind of small. There's just a lot. And then there's the pole that I was talking about. And there's just a lot of just stuff that I just need to clear out. So, this used to be gonna be my pasture. Oh, look at my pretty boy. My pretty boy. Oh, he's gonna come back here. He doesn't like coming back here alone because there are animals and stuff back here. So there's like raccoons, possums, all that. And once he gets a buddy, I think he'll be a little bit more confident. But as of right now, he's kind of scared to come back here alone. Like he will, but he won't stay back here for very long. Hey, Bubba. Hey, Bubba. So sometimes I'll just sit out here with him and watch him eat grass, because if it makes him feel better, then... Oh, you hear all them noises. I'm sorry. It's just the chickens. He's wrinkly. Why are you so wrinkly? But my big strong man is scared of a couple noises. Come on. Come on. Come on. And then he'll eat the leaves off of this and whatever, and yeah. So I guess I'll do my outro now so that I can stay back here and eat with him. Well, watch him eat, because he's eating the little grass that we have now. And he's sweating. I was gonna ride earlier, but then I didn't. And now it's kind of really hot, so also I don't really know where I would ride. It's a constant struggle at my house to find out where to ride. So if I do ride, I might film it and then edit it and like post it like a ride with me or whatever. So stay tuned for that. I will be doing one of those soon. But as of today, thank you for watching, and I will definitely update you if anything changes with the barn plans or whatever. And once it does start actually getting on a roll of building, I will also show you our progress and whatever. So yeah. See you in my next video. Bye.